All right, welcome you guys. In tonight's video, I'm going to show you how to master the art of saving money. And there's a big reason why I've actually called it the art of saving money, but more about that later. Hope you enjoy the mood lighting. But let's give everyone a few moments to jump in. Obviously, while we're waiting, let me know if you're here live and watching live. Let me know in the comments. If you're watching the replay, let me know as well. It's always good to know who I have here and who's been watching what. But for those of you who don't know me, and there might be a few here tonight, my name is Josh Redman, and I'm an ex-financial planner with one of the major banks here in Australia. And I'm here because I help people basically save, just like yourself, save crazy amounts of money in a short space of time to change your approach to money so you can really kickstart your wealth creation journey up a notch. All right. Now, obviously, the more money you can save, the more you can do fun things with the family, the more you can have peace of mind, and the more money you have available to invest in your future and actually focus on achieving the financial future you actually want, not some second-rate, less than version of the life that you want to live. Awesome. Well, it's great to meet you all, but let's jump straight into it. So I'm going to show you how results like this are not just possible, but normal. These are actually real client examples from my program. 6K in the bank in 6 weeks, 15K in 8 weeks, 20K in 12 weeks, and 37K in the bank in 12 weeks with no extra income, no sacrificing, no arguing. And you might be finding yourself right now asking the question, well, how the hell is this possible, Josh? And that is actually a really good question to be asking right now. Basically, I'm going to show you exactly how what I do works and help you understand how you can master the art of saving money and exactly what you need to do to build serious generational wealth. I also, not long ago, asked in the group, if you guys wanted to have a look behind the curtain into my program itself. And I had a bunch of you say yes. I didn't have a single no. So we're also going to take a look inside of my program as well. But I'm super pumped about this video. Obviously, I've ripped a 10 or so years, more than 10 years worth of knowledge and experience, and just dumped it into something that's easy to consume and understand. So it's going to be incredibly valuable. So I want to make sure you might want to make sure actually that you have something to take notes with. All right. But let's jump into it. Awesome. So who is this video for? Well, it's for people out there who make good money, but struggle to save. You can't find yourself saving, or you struggle to save, and you might find yourself in this cycle of, saving well, then it all falls apart. Also people who are sick of watching their money disappear, and obviously being, tax time, you're probably really confronted with how much money you made last year or last financial year and kind of go, well, where the hell is it? As well. Or you might be in a situation where one of you handles the household budget and the paying of your bills, and you do it on your own, wishing that you can have some help or some support. Maybe one of you's a spender, the other's a saver, almost seemingly working against each other. It's also for people who actually want the security of having a full savings account. You sometimes save, but would love to actually see the money stay in the account, just having that feeling of safety, that whatever happens, you're going to be okay. You may feel like, looking after the money is hard, stressful, and emotionally taxing. Absolutely it is. And it feels like you're pushing a big old boulder up a hill. Or even for people who wonder why their budget never matches real life, that happens a bunch. You're always having to transfer money out of your savings to pay for things. You always feel like you're just robbing Peter to pay Paul. Or even people who just want to save more money, like a bunch more money to do the things that they love to do, whether that be saving for your next big ticket item or dream purchase, or, maybe you're saving for a house, or I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, maybe you're even in desperate need of a holiday, but you're here because you just want to save a whole bunch more money. So you guys are in the right place. And even if you've been following me for a little while and wondering, well, what the hell do you actually do, Josh? You are absolutely in the right place tonight, because we're going to go through that. Now, there's two main reasons that you might be here. And I tell you to be honest, it's probably a combination of these two. But these two reasons are right now, right? You feel like things aren't working. It might feel like you're even going backwards at times, but you just are really struggling to get on top of your money, to save money, right? And the second real reason is that you're saving a little bit, but you just want to save a bunch more. You want to be doing the absolute best that you can. You feel like you're saving something, but again, you could be saving basically a bunch more. And those are both good and valid reasons to be here. Okay. But before we go any further, I actually want to cover off a few major myths that I see time and time again, like financial myths. And these myths play a massive role in holding people back from saving money. And if you believe these myths, they could be like a big reason why things aren't working right now. The first myth I want to cover off is this concept of sacrifice. Most couples, most people suck at saving because they believe that to save, they must deprive themselves of things. They must give up the things that they love, the things that they enjoy. They've got to sacrifice those things. But all this does is make saving a painful experience, something that you have to endure, right? And if you're someone who is focused on cutting back, it makes it work hard, like harder than it needs to be, like you're pushing a big boulder up a hill. It also makes life really cheap and boring, leaving you like you're having to make choices to stay home and do nothing, because you're trying to sacrifice and cut back. And nobody wants to live like this. And the truth is that you don't actually have to, right? When it comes to growing wealth, what we do here in my program is we focus on the things that are more important, things that bring greater success, lasting change, and they won't suck the joy out of your journey. They actually add to the joy you experience. The next myth is the idea that all we need to do is fix the budget. We need to fix the budget. The budget's not working. We need to fix the budget, right? What we need to understand here is that money is so much more than numbers on a spreadsheet or budget, okay? You see, when we learn about money, the focus is heavily on the numbers. Absolutely. You look at your income, your expenses, making sure you're spending less than you make, and if you're not, you cut back, right? And the budget for most people is the only thing they know, the only thing they believe that they can change or thing that they can work on, right? And if this is you, you've probably spent countless hours, and I mean countless hours, staring at spreadsheets, staring at your budget, constantly just changing that budget, moving money around to pay for things, and always looking to cut back, focusing on every last dollar, and it's exhausting, right? The truth is money is more than numbers, okay? You need to understand that. Yes, obviously, like I said before, it's taught as an overwhelmingly maths-based field, right? You put your figures, data, into a formula, and it tells you what to do, right? And it's assumed at that point that you'll just go and do it, but that is a huge assumption, right? Knowing what to do, knowing the numbers, right, tells you nothing about what happens in your head when you try, right? Viewing money as just numbers ignores the human element to our money, an element that's full of emotion and nuance because we are, and you cannot afford to ignore that human element. So what we do here in my program is we give people powerful tools, right, to take control of the human element of our money. And a third myth, okay? The next myth is the idea of needing more knowledge. I just need a little bit more knowledge, right? But knowledge doesn't equal action, okay? More knowledge won't actually change your financial situation. As much as you think it might, it won't. If knowledge was enough, all we would have to know is how to budget our money more effectively, right? And then we would see success, right? That's the principle. If we knew how to do that, then we would see success. But that's not actually what happens, is it? People who struggle with this often find themselves in multiple Facebook groups, bought multiple money books like Barefoot Investor, anything by Dave Ramsey, or Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or even, bought multiple courses around, about budgeting or investing. They're just always chasing knowledge, right? So what I do here in my program is that we stop trying to stuff more knowledge into an already crowded space, right? And we start engineering key behaviors based on the things that you actually want to achieve, behaviors that actually facilitate change. Now, these three myths that I've just gone through are just a few examples of what I actually call financial robbers. And over my 10 plus years within finance, I've identified at least 8 major financial robbers that affect people wanting to create wealth. And these are the things that we struggle with daily, that actively work against our best efforts, even if we don't see them or believe that we have them, right? They are the biggest reason you don't make any progress down the path towards financial freedom, towards the financial future that you actually want. They're the reason that you can work your ass off and consistently not see lasting results. They are the reason for that. And to master the art of saving money, right? So you can save a bunch more money, so you can do fun things with the family, have peace of mind, so you can start, so you can have money available to invest in your future and actually focus on achieving the financial future you actually want, right? To do these things, to master the art of saving money, identifying our financial robbers and eliminating them as fast as possible needs to be our number one priority. The Unstoppable Wealth System is the system that I use with my clients, and it's designed to eliminate financial robbers. And this system is like nothing you've ever seen before and has an average result for couples just like you of $10,000 in the bank in just 8 weeks. And this is the average result, but it uses 3 very specific pillars. The first pillar, the first key pillar, is direction. All right. We essentially want to move you as a couple away from push motivation, okay, and turn you around so that it becomes pull motivation, right? Getting you clarity on the financial future you both actually want, right? And focus on pulling things you want into your financial lives rather than always trying to push away the things that you don't want. The second pillar is all about team. So whether you guys argue about money or not, right, we look to eliminate any tension between the 2 main drivers of your wealth, which is the 2 of you, right? We want to get you facing in the same direction, right, and both fully aware of what's going on. Basically getting you working really, really well together. You manage a house together, a life together. You might even be raising kids together right now. So why not money? Let's start doing that really, really well. You're actually meant to enjoy the journey together. And the third pillar is controllables. This is basically the boring stuff, right? All the boring stuff that you need to do, but nobody wants to do, which is why you have people like me to help you, right? All the stuff that grows our bank account balance fast, but actually keeps the money in the account as well. All right. So once we have these 3 key points taken care of, right, and money's building up in the bank and we're experiencing the thrill of doing it together as a team, that's when your options to develop wealth faster really start to open up. When you have mastered the art of saving money, certain investments like real estate, stocks, crypto, etc., whatever it might be, start becoming real options for you. But the details here are really not important because as time goes on, you're probably going to want a bunch of different investments, right? But what's important to recognize and take seriously is that once we take care of those 3 key things, right? Direction, team, controllables, and we start seeing our bank account balance grow and have confidence in growing our bank account, that's really the point at which everything changes. Basically, those 3 key things unlock everything. These 3 things will help you master the art of saving money and unlock your journey to financial freedom. You'll have extra money to invest in actually achieving your financial dreams rather than them being just that, a dream. So the way it works is very unique, and this is why we see consistent, amazing results for our clients, right? The one-on-one coaching program delivers 3 main results. The first one is that we get you both working really, really well together like a team when it comes to money. The second one is we get the savings stacked away in your bank, right? Saving large amounts of money in a short space of time. That is the major metric that we track during our time together. And it is the greatest sign that we're harnessing the power of our money, right? And of course, get you the full return on the investment for the program itself as soon as possible, usually within a matter of just weeks. But whatever your reason for being here tonight and watching this training, we live right now in an incredible time where couples just like you can save large amounts of money in a short space of time through simple ways and methods from the Unstoppable Wealth System, all right, by overcoming their financial robbers and mastering the art of saving money. For example, we've got Matt and Katie, Brent and Janelle, and also Trevor and Tegan, all who got to $15,000 in the bank in just 8 weeks. Or James and Natasha, they got to $20,000 in the bank in 12 weeks. Or Spencer and Courtney, they got to $6,000 in the bank in just 6 weeks. or even Tom and Kel. And they got to a whopping $37,000 in the bank in just 12 weeks. Now, all of these couples are just examples, right? They had different circumstances and various things going on in their lives. Some have young kids, others have teenage kids, some don't even have kids yet. Some were on maternity leave, some were in the middle of changing jobs, some were studying, and they all lived in different areas around Australia with different living costs, right? But the truth is, it doesn't really matter. The Unstoppable Wealth System works across the board, right? Across many different life situations. All right, well, if you've made it this far, let's jump on over and have a look into the program itself and the focus areas of the program so you can better understand how it's going to help you master the art of saving money. All right, let's get this new share going. Oh, there we go. All right, now hopefully that's working. Please let me know if you can see that. All right. But this basically is the portal that exists, okay? So when you join the program, this is basically the portal that you get access to, okay? So obviously there's a couple of different sections here. I want to go through them so you can understand in a much bigger way the different areas we cover off. Now, obviously there's the Start Here section, which is just the welcome section, lovely welcome video, user manual for the, actual portal itself. And then we move into the first 4 weeks, so basically the first 30 days, all right? And what we look to do in that space is we look to set up the financial infrastructure you both need to really start seeing crazy results. So there's a focus of communication, weekly team meetings, financial snapshot, core motivation, goals and objectives plan, and how you're going to work together. And it all fits in these first 30 days, right? Now, obviously, as a part of these first 30 days, we have things like weekly team meetings that you need to start doing weekly. Okay, that's a recurring one. But all of this adds up to you basically having the infrastructure you need to start seeing some crazy results. And all the while we're doing all that stuff, we've got some date night activities here as well. Now, these activities are meant to be done in conjunction with, the work that we're doing. And obviously they're designed to be something fun, something jovial, just an idea of us, talking through some different ideas and hypothetical situations to really kind of just have a bit of fun along the way as well. And it does play an incredible role because it challenges some of the underlying beliefs that we have around money as well. And then once we've done that first 30 days, okay, or that infrastructure section, we look to increase your capacity as an individual and as a couple, all right? So we start with, the morning routine. We get that down pat. We get, what we want to achieve front of mind all the time. We get into why we spend money. So we look at the psychological and emotional triggers that we have that lead us to overspending. We want to avoid any sort of overspending, right? Then we look at limiting financial beliefs there as well, which is all about your lived experience up until this moment and the impact that it has on the way in which you handle money and work with money now, right? We look to deal with that on an individual level, but then we look to deal with that on a joint level as well. Obviously, understanding your partner's reference point and why they think or act certain ways helps you understand each other so much better. Then we move into the power of reflection. Now, this is all an activity about making sure that the lessons we learn are the right lessons. We learn the art of looking back and understanding and pulling apart the right lessons from, problems or experiences that we have. We want to make sure that everything's positive, right? And then obviously we look at the 3 key things for success, okay? Now that is basically you guys self-identifying how, what things do we now need to do consistently to maintain this success, this momentum, all right? So we've got those. That's basically it in a nutshell. Now, basically, if you really go like hell for leather straight out of the gate and you hammer this down, you basically could get through this in like 3 to maybe 4 months as a whole. But we allow for 6 months of working together because obviously, the life is not the respecter of the best laid plans. We know that, we understand that. So basically, we have a 6-month period to get all this done in, which is generally the journey that we have. But if you want, you can get through it as fast as humanly possible. It's completely up to you. All right, let's get back to our presentation. And here we are. All right, so I'm hoping that's changed back. Please let me know. I'd hate for that not. But obviously, I'm sure that a bunch of you would now be looking at the program and thinking, wow, Josh, that seems like a bunch of work, like a lot of work. And yeah, guess what? Like, you're right. It is. I'm not going to beat around the bush. It is. But let me show you why that hard work is worth it. Beth, this is a direct quote from Beth. She said, "We went from living pay to pay and being stressed, which is weird because I'm such a planner, right? To seeing growth in our relationship as well as our finances. We are such a team in most areas of our life. And now, even when it comes to money, we are so much stronger and connected now. And this is our new normal." Leah and Beth went from living pay to pay to having $8,000 in the bank in 12 weeks. Right. And the most beautiful thing is this is now their new normal. This is what life is going to be from now on. Kyle said we were just stuck on the hamster wheel. We were doing the best to cover all the bases, but just felt like we were going nowhere. And even in some months, we were going backwards. Now we plan together and we make room to communicate so much more around money. For Kiara and Kyle, they went from not saving much to saving 15 grand in about 16 weeks. I think it's about that, around that amount. And now that is what life is now for them, right? They put in the work and now will continue to reap the benefits for the rest of their lives. We've got Matt here. They were together. He says, we've been together for 19 years and we found ourselves just doing what needed to be done to get by, doing the same thing over and over again. Now we talk about money all the time. It has massively helped our relationship, not just the money side of things. There has just been a huge mindset shift, right? My entire family has benefited from this. We've picked up so much speed around money. I would have thought, and this is actually my favorite quote when it comes to having worked with me and completed the programs, that I would have thought you had us selling drugs if you told us how much money we would have. Honestly, what better thing to say? And Matt and Katie got to $15,000 in the bank in just 8 weeks, which is now what they're able to do for the rest of their lives, right? So yes, it looks like hard work. It looks like work, but this is an investment in yourself, your relationship, and your future. Mastering the art of saving money will, you will be able to do more fun things as a family. You will be able to buy that house faster, go on holidays sooner. You will have more money available to invest in your future, more money available to transform your financial situation. And that investment in your future means you are gaining speed. Right? Your wealth creation journey just jumped into overdrive, right? That means that you get to everything you ever wanted faster than others around you. And it means you won't have to work until 60. For most of my clients, this has opened up the path to early retirement as well. But if you've made it this far, watched all the way to the end here, there's basically 2 ways we can go from here. If this is something you want to explore a little more and find out what you could do, or what life could look like once you have mastered the art of saving money, I want you to complete the Wealth Potential Calculator. It's a great free tool that reveals what you could do in just 12 weeks. Okay. Or you might be one of the people in the group who has completed the calculator and you're sitting with your results. You have your results. You've got them. You can see them. You can go and look them up in our messenger thread. You have them, right? And maybe you're at a place right now looking at your results where you want to know if this will work for your unique situation. Okay. And if you're at that stage, we can have a private conversation about that. We can have a call about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the link for both the Wealth Potential Calculator and for booking a call with me are somewhere here in the description. So what I want you to do is I just want you to click on the one that's relevant for you, okay, and either complete the calculator or jump on a call with me so we can talk about it more. All right, but that's it, guys. I hope you got some value out of this. I had a lot of fun making it, but I'm going to talk to you guys very soon. All right, see ya.